3 years ago, I had no confidence. I was insecure to step foot in the gym. And every time I decided this was the time to make a change, I would just spin my wheels around and around with no progress to show for it. I'd lock in for a month or two, I'd gain some muscle, and as soon as life got in the way, I'd lose all of it. I was studying medicine and running a business, and I would always hide behind the "I'm too busy" excuse to even get started. But as you can probably see with yourself, you don't lack the drive, you just lack the clarity. And I wish I realized that at the time, but there were 3 reasons why I wasn't progressing. Building the physique of my dreams, unlocking that limitless energy that will allow me to build my dream life. That was all locked behind a wall, an invisible wall that I've set for myself. And it was because of 3 reasons. Number 1, I don't know what to do. And it was because of the sheer complexity of stuff that we see online now. Do this, don't do this, fear this food, cut out all this, you have to do this exercise. The list goes on. Fitness is so convoluted with a bunch of BS, which is why with the content that you hopefully have seen by now, I try to simplify the whole game. And I really try and dumb it down and make it as simple as possible, because the best plan is the one that you can stick to. Which brings me to the second point, which is when I knew what to do, let's say a calorie deficit for fat loss, which you might know, I didn't know how to do it. Everyone tells you to do a calorie deficit, but no one tells you how to actually be in one, how to be in one effectively. So that was the point in my life where I really thought the harder I grinded, the more results I would get. Oh, how wrong was I? But it's not to do with how hard you work. In fact, now I preach a 3-hour-a-week system that I'm going to share with you in this video. And it took me from looking like this guy to this guy. It's not about what you do, it's about how you do things. And then the third and final point, which I find most men struggle with, is, okay, I know what to do and I know how to do it. How do I do it consistently? How do I make sure that I'm locked in, I don't miss a single beat? And that, my friend, is the recipe to getting your dream physique. And now obviously I haven't transformed myself and coached dozens more through that process. Main thing I've seen is people spending hours a week on a plan that's not even working. And to the guys that haven't even started in their fitness journey, it all seems way too complicated to even dip your toe in. Here we are, made to believe that if you want to achieve your dream physique, you have to live in the gym, you have to count every single fucking calorie. You have to basically make fitness your whole life. And I thought this too, and it stopped me from making real progress. But the moment I focused on the quality of what I was doing, everything changed. So that's why after years of trial and error, I've developed the hero body system. Because there's one thing I want to emphasize to you. A lot of people see my physique and they think, all right, I'm going to do this. I'm going to get lean. I'm going to get muscular. I'm going to have the limitless energy, the high testosterone. Most people think they can do it all at once. The first phase is getting you to an aesthetic foundation. This is what I like to call the shred sprint. This is where we follow an aggressive fat loss plan to get all the fat that has been covering the physique that you've been trying to build your whole life off, and off for good. Not for a season like every other bodybuilder, but for life. I cannot emphasize how important this is. Get lean first. Lean is law. Lean is the difference between you looking like some Joe Blow on the street to an aesthetic weapon that everyone asks, holy shit, what have you been taking? The second phase is a lean gain. This is using the lean foundation that we got to pack on some real functional muscle. We get strong on our main lifts. We fuel up for peak performance, and we leave no stone unturned with our physique. The longest time I thought I had the shittest genetics. The lean gain changed that. This is where we unlock the anabolic hyperdrive that every man is capable of. And then lastly, it's the hero arc. And this is where you choose the rules. I'm so sick of people putting themselves in boxes thinking they need to count calories, they need to follow this specific plan if they need to stay in shape. And it makes life miserable. But the thing about fitness that a lot of people don't make out is that once you are in better shape, your whole life is meant to get better, not worse. Right? And I see so many people sacrifice so much of what gives life its flavor for the physique. We want both. We want to make our cake and eat it. Right? And that's why the hero arc is necessary. This is where we use the habits and skills that we built over the course of your transformation to create a lifestyle system that works for you without restriction, without boundaries. What if I gave you a plan that was so simple and actually made you look like you lift? Not just that, but a plan that you actually want to follow and one that takes as little as 3 hours a week. Would you put the work in to make it happen? Would you commit to that plan? If the answer is no, then bro, you can press off this video. It's not for you. But for those that can commit to a plan like that, you're in the right spot. And I'll tell you, after having transformed all of these blokes, there are only 3 basic pillars that you need to master to get your dream physique: training, nutrition, and habits. So let me know, respond to this video, what you think you are struggling with the most, and I'll send you something a bit more personalized to help you get over that. Keen to hear from you soon.